Alice asks Cheshire the cat, "Would you please tell me which way ought to go from here?" The cat responds, "That depends a good deal on where you want to get to." Alice says, "I don't much care where." The cat interrupts, "Then it doesn't matter which way you go." This example from Lewis Carroll's Alice in the Wonderland is a beautiful metaphor for purpose and what you prioritize. It's as if to say purpose is essential for what you prioritize on a daily basis. But what even is purpose? Is it what comes from out there? Is it what everyone tells us? Like fancy cars, big houses, expensive watches, more money? And how do we even realize what matters to us rather than being influenced by what comes from out there? And how does doing less helps us in achieving those goals and make life more meaningful? I'm a very strong advocate for living intentionally, which is living according to one's own beliefs and values and includes pursuing and setting up goals which matter to us. While I was researching for this video, I came across a concept called mimetic desire. I had never heard about it as an official theory, but after reading a bit more about it, I loved it and realized that how similar my approach to it is. It originated with the French thinker Rene Girard, who said that man is a creature who do not know what to desire, and he turns to others in order to make up his mind. We desire what others desire because we imitate their desires. I was recently with a friend of mine and I saw him texting on his phone, and he used this emoji, and I had seen it before and I didn't know what it meant. So I asked him, and he replied in a playful tone that, "I don't know, bro. I'm just using it because everyone uses it." To which I jokingly remarked, "Isn't that the case with everyone regarding everything lately?" We had a good laugh over it, but this is what Gerard means when he says that we look to others in order to make up our own mind. He called it mimetic desire and claimed that our desires are not really our own. The influence of society over what we want to do has always been there, but with social media, it's now all the more easier to look out there, get influenced, and decide what we want to do. So if one desires freedom from the default mode or outside influences, how does one start doing that? A beautiful example Dr. K talks about is, let's suppose your taste buds are numb and you can't taste anything you eat. And also you want to know what to eat. So maybe you go on social media to see what others are enjoying eating. And you see a guy eating a burger and he's like really enjoying it, he's into it. So you decide, okay, let's eat a burger. So you go out there, you buy a burger, you eat it, but because your taste buds are numb, you don't enjoy it. So then you think again, okay, shit, I'm not enjoying it. Let's again look for what others are enjoying. So you see a girl eating an ice cream and she's like really again enjoying it. And so you decide, okay, let's eat an ice cream. Again, you eat an ice cream, but because your taste buds are numb, you don't enjoy the ice cream either. We keep doing it and then we wonder, why doesn't anything taste good to us? Well, the solution isn't to keep looking out there and trying new things, but to fix your taste buds. So, well, how does one do that? How does one get to know what they like? Well, spend time with yourself. I have this childhood friend here where I live in New Bombay, and both of us have been living here since childhood. And for some reasons, he had to go to Silvassa, a new city where he had no friends, no contact whatsoever. Recently, when I met him, he told me that because of his isolation, he feels like his life is aligned. He was engaged in all sorts of things which were detrimental to him here in Mumbai, But when he shifted to Silvassa, he was able to set his priorities right. Even in my experience, spending time alone with ourselves without any distractions helps us get a better understanding of our own desires, our own wants, our own priorities. So try spending some time with yourself without any distraction. No phone, no books, maybe a pen and a paper to journal your thoughts or emotions, or even long walks without any interruption or music is amazing. Initially, it might be a bit uncomfortable if you're someone who's used to distracting themselves continuously, but eventually you get used to it and even start enjoying it. Where does then simplicity come into the picture? There's a Japanese proverb: if you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either. When I say simplicity, I don't mean austerity or mindlessly removing things from your life. What I rather mean is using intentionality and awareness to prioritize our lives, daily actions, and even possessions accordingly. Such prioritization will help us narrow down on our focus on things that matter and achieve more as a result of. I'm talking about all this on my high horse here, but even I fall for the more trap. In fact, I very recently did. I was looking up for how to make good content for YouTube as a beginner and went into this spiral of videos to channels to programs. I mean, there are videos that literally tell you, you need this. I was just accumulating more and more information, even though after a point I didn't need it. As soon as I caught myself doing it, I stopped and made a simple set of principles to guide me in this journey. So, how does one go about prioritizing their actions? There's a beautiful exercise in the book, The One Thing. More on it in the WIFM section. My limited experience validates it. So, this is what I think. As long as we authentically realize what we want and what our desires are, and we prioritize accordingly, we'll achieve more and live a more fulfilling life.
What's in it for me?
Summary: our goals and purpose are affected by external influence more than we think. Remember mimetic desire? The way we realize what truly matters to us is spend time alone with ourselves without any distraction. If we know what matters to us, prioritizing our life accordingly will help us achieve more and make life more fulfilling. The goal we are trying to achieve more of what we want by focusing less on other things. The concrete steps I think would help to reach there. To know yourself better, spending at least 30 minutes a day daily with ourselves without any distraction. Assuming you know what you want to do, you can start by writing down what's your someday goal. And then write down, based on my someday goal, what can I do in the next 5 years? And you can continue the chain. Based on my 5 years goals, what can I do this year? Based on my yearly goal, what can I do this month? Based on my monthly goal, what can I do this week? Based on my weekly goal, what can I do today? Based on my daily goal, what can I do right now? The not so concrete step. A simple question like, why do I want this, or do I want this, before making choices also helps with intentionality. And it becomes more and more easier the more you do number one, which is to know yourself better. Once we know what our intentions are, we can really narrow down our focus and achieve more results through consistent and daily action. Habits, I believe, are an amazing way to make consistent action inevitable. I made a video on habit. You can click here to watch that. Yes, sir!